Hello there! In this video, we're gonna try to fix Frida's putting game. To know if these tips works, we're gonna start off with Frida doing 100 putts and get like a reference from this place, and we'll count them and then tips.
What disc are you putting with?
Thank you for asking. My new disc, Zero Soft Swirl Pure.
Kom igen, sista putten. Nu har du den. 41 out of 100. Good job.
Initial feelings after 100 putts?
I want to thank my kids.
Find your putter, and you already have your putter.
Yay.
It's the Pure. And why did you pick the Pure? If you're a beginner and haven't yet found your putter, don't sweat. Just find something that feels good in your hand. Some like them beaded, like this one, or non-beaded, which are just straight. Some like them very deep, with a deep grip or a shallow grip. Some like them overstable, some like them straight. An overstable putter wants to fade more to the left, so you have to adjust your aim and aim to the right. Yeah, in regular discs there's understability, but you rarely see that in putters because almost no matter how understable it is, when you're putting, you're not giving it enough force to actually start to drift to the right, especially when you're within like 10 meters, 30 feet. So you'll probably just get a straighter putter. And when you've practiced a lot, maybe you want to change, but don't sweat it in the beginning. So you got the disc, and then you have to find your grip, what feels good. Let me see yours. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty close to what I'm doing. The only difference between us is that I'm tucking in my pinky. Putting grip can be like anything you want, at least that it feels good. It doesn't get wobbly like this. Just like you, a lot of people like to have the index finger here on the rim. I do too, and I think your grip is good. I've watched you putting. You actually have a pretty good stance.
Wow!
You want to have your right leg in front of you, just like you do, because you have the putter in your right hand. If you were a lefty, it would be the other way around. You got the right foot in front of you, which is great. A mistake that some people do is that they're either trying to stand like this, which is correct when you're throwing, but you don't want to be facing this way and doing, you want to be more straightforward, but you also don't want to be too straight, like exactly at the basket, because you're going to lose balance. So this slightly tilted but forward facing is perfect. One thing I noticed, and if you change this, you're gonna get more power in your putts. You're actually, when you're putting, you're putting the weight on your front leg, which means that you're missing out on this pendulum motion, which actually, when you time it right, and you do it sometimes, but not all the time. When you got the weight back here on your left leg and push, that gives a lot of power in the disc actually. But when you're standing like this, which you're doing like most of the putts, you're standing with the weight on your front leg and just doing the arm motion. And that doesn't give any power from your legs. So you want to have your weight here in the middle, not on your front leg, so you can actually make a little push like this. Yeah, keep pushing. One thing I've seen you done out on the course, depending if you're playing by the rules or not, a lot of beginners does this. They push, but they step over. Within circle 1 on the course, you can't step over right after your putt. If you want to get a lot of power, you have to kick more and get more power from your back leg, but then you have to be able to stop. It feels silly, but this is actually a pretty good exercise. And if I'm doing a longer putt, when I need more power, what do? Lean over even more, and then you can kick more and get more power from your legs.
Det här känns så jävla tapigt.
I don't think you need a lot of advice here because you're doing it really good.
Thank you!
The key thing here is to start your arm motion when you kicked off with your back leg. And that's when you start the arm movement. And if you don't have the right timing, you're gonna lose accuracy because it's gonna get wonky and you're gonna lose power. But you're doing it really good. You have good timing. With correct timing, when you get the kick and the arm motion in one, you're gonna get like effortless power. You can do this before if you want and just go back and forth, or just stand still, but find the balance.
Nej, alltså ni ser ju så dåligt jag kastar dem.
That was good.
But I missed the basket.
Whoa.
Woo!
When you're practicing like this, new tips, I don't care, and you shouldn't care if you make the putt. Those two things with the stance and the timing, you did really good. Here you want to get the disc going straight, because if you get the disc tilted this way, it's gonna start to drift to the right and it's gonna be harder. And also this way, if you're putting in this direction, this tilt forward, it's just gonna go down. And if you get it too much this, it's just gonna start to go up. So you want it leveled this way and this way. You're starting off pretty good. You're back here and it's pretty straight. But when you get to this point, your arm wants to go in this direction, somewhere around here. And then it just gets that hyzer thing when it wants to turn to the left. A little bit is fine, but you're doing a lot. And if you have that kind of angle, you have to aim pretty much not at the basket, but way to the right of the basket. And that's gonna make it just trickier. You have to aim in the air. We'll talk about aim later, but now let's try to get your putter straight. I'm gonna do the extreme now. I'm gonna
Holy shit.
I'm gonna force you to putt on an anhyzer. I want you to release the disc on this angle. Doesn't matter if you make the putt, but do the putting motion.
Okay.
Right at the end, you want to pop back to be over here. Think of like the palm of your hand should always be facing to the left, not down at the ground. You're like shaking hands with the basket.
Det kommer inte att gå!
It's good. It's straighter now. So what you're kind of doing now is that you're kind of fixating your arm. You want to have it fixated that it's not going to rotate it, but you still want your wrist to be loose and get that spin. So when you get back here, yeah, your wrist want to go back so you can get that wrist power, but you don't want to rotate in this way. Now it's better. Some of those putts were really good. We talked about shaking hands a bit, but that was more about where the hand should be in rotation. Not like this, not like this. But it's also that you want to really extend the arm. Some people, they're like afraid of the basket almost, and they just do a little short and they stop here. But really extend all the way to the basket. That's gonna help with two things. Your aim, you're gonna make more putts if you really commit and extend all the way, and you're gonna get more power. You're actually pretty good at this. Nice. Nice. It's way straighter. So it's tricky because you're actually pretty good at putting with this technique, but it's gonna get exponentially harder just within a few meters. You're gonna make a lot less putts. With this new style, in the beginning it's gonna get worse, but I think you're gonna get better from both from shorter distances, but you're gonna make more putts on longer distances. Last tip, aiming. And for shorter distances, it's pretty easy, especially if you have that leveled putt where everything just goes straight. You line up your putt like this, see that it's feeling straight to the basket. One thing I like to do, and a lot of people are tipping about this, is find like a small spot, like a chain that you're looking at and aiming. One single chain and aim for that. I missed that chain. But then for longer putts, when almost inevitably all the discs is gonna fade and move to the left if you're a righty in some sense, then you really have to find your spot. And usually for me, I'm putting very straight with a disc that doesn't fade much. So when I'm far away, I'm aiming to a chain, one of the outer chains to the right. Aiming for that, and then the disc slightly drifts to the left and hopefully hits the middle. So soon you're gonna putt your 100 putts and see if the tips helped. It's pretty easy. Find your putter, find the grip, get the right stance and the timing. Find a way moving your arm that keeps the disc leveled and gets you spin and speed. Extend your arm, shake hands with the basket, and find a spot to aim, and you're gonna make a lot of putts.
Here we go.
But also,
Okay.
I just want to say before we quit that, yeah, these are tips, but putting is weird. You can find your own unique style, and if that works for you, don't listen to anyone else. Yeah!
Before we get to the official result, if you're interested in our discs, you can find them where?
the factory store.
Buy them so we can eat. Lobster.
Results are in, but first off, I just want to say it looks so much better. First, you got 41 out of 100, and this time after the tips, you got 35 out of 100. If we would do this a week from now, I'm 100% certain you're gonna do better than 41.